Hello, YouTube. All right, welcome to another Talking Head episode. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what is going on with everything, all the crazy stuff going on. I'm obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but I am heading home from work. Just got off work, and I'm going to head back to the RV to try to clean it up and maybe even do some more work. I did put up the bathroom ceiling and the bathroom light yesterday, so that'll give you a reference as to when this video is being made. Also, for patrons and channel angels, just wanted to let you know that I gave you guys a little surprise video on the hut and yurt, and hut 2.0 and yurt 3.0. So make sure you go to the playlist link that I sent you previously and look at the ending videos. The last video that was added. So the two playlists, the patron, not the regular one, but the patron hut 2.0 and the patron yurt 3.0 videos. Those videos may eventually run on YouTube, maybe not, depending on how crazy things go and whether or not I decide to run them. But I just shot those videos yesterday. I know on the video I said it was the 16th, it was only the 19th. So those are as current as possible. I had thought about doing a live broadcast out from there, since the patrons have basically paid for data, a decent data plan. I don't know how decent it is, but we're able to broadcast apparently. I don't know if we can broadcast from the location of the hut, but I thought of doing a broadcast from there, just to have a little chat session with you guys, but then thought against it just because of all the haters and the trolls and stuff. They could end up causing trouble for me. Some of those people, they know my location and they hunt me down. Yeah, because that's that crazy. So I got to be kind of weary of doing live broadcasts and having people know exactly where I am, because those people cause trouble. And that's the sad reality of YouTube. There are wacko cases out there. But anyhow, I did pick up the reason I went up to hut 2.0 was to pick up the ladder. Yeah, I had built a little ladder. I guess it's about an 8-foot ladder, step ladder, and I got that to use it to work on the RV. Hopefully they don't give me a hard time at the RV park when they see me on the ladder climbing up. But I can't really get all the way up on the roof, and I wouldn't want to, because the roof would collapse potentially. About 99% certain it would collapse. I'd fall through. So I was able to get up yesterday to take a look using the ladder, and I could see that, like one of the viewers was saying, the RV roof where the air conditioner is sags down. So there's like a dip right there where it goes down, and because it's going down, it's making like a little swimming pool. So even though the air conditioning unit normally drains, I guess the AC normally drains outside, as most people are aware, AC normally pipes or drains the water outside, the condensation that forms when you're cooling air. So what was happening, I think, is that it's making a swimming pool on the roof of the RV, and when the pool gets to a certain level, it spills over into the inside of the RV, and that's how we're catching the water for my water feature. That little hose with the water subway. Phew, 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 phew. I like watching that stuff. It's pretty cool, actually. But it sometimes leaks, because like when I'm not there and then it stops and it starts up, the water, because the diameter is not big enough for air and water to go through. Somebody was mentioning you got to kind of have a vacuum. You can't have solid water going through with no air, because then it doesn't work. So I either have to make a bigger hose, which I don't want to do, or try to resolve the drainage situation from above. or make a funnel and then have that go through, which I may end up having to do, making a little funnel water dispenser. But then it'll look so it'll look even worse than it looks right now. Although right now it doesn't look too bad. To me it looks kind of cool. It's like, hey, yeah, this RV's got a water feature, a running water fountain. So I did take a little hose up on the roof of the RV and siphon that water. Yeah, I sucked that water up and it got into my mouth. That was so disgusting. So, but anyhow, it did siphon the water, but then I guess after it gets too low, of course the siphon stops working. And then, you know, you have to go back up and re-siphon it again to start it up when more water collects. And of course, when it's raining outside, it doesn't help, you know. When it's raining outside, it'll totally be flooded. The real way to correct this is to try to fix the dip in the roof of the RV, which means raising the RV roof up, trying to push it up where the air conditioning unit is. I don't really see a way for me to do that other than putting poles on the bottom and moving it up, but then I could end up ripping the roof. So, not something I'd really want to do, but that would be the correct fix, is to elevate that portion of the water, you know, where the water's forming, where the water's coming out, and have it elevated so that it doesn't collect like a pool and then go blow inside at a brain freezer. The thing is, I thought about making like a second roof, because I was going to re-roof the RV and just make a second roofing, and then even put solar panels on the new roof. Not all the way because I can't afford it, but I'm thinking between 200 to 400 watts is what I want to try to get, and then using that as roofing, kind of panels for the roof. But I was thinking of tilting it, you know, by the air conditioning unit, but then I think water would seep through, because even if you have the slightest little crack, water goes through it. So I don't think it's gonna be possible to do that. The only real way I can think of to do it is to get some kind of liquid that solidifies on top of the crevice area and then levels it off. I don't know. There's no easy fix short of lifting the roof, lifting the center portion where the AC is, and I don't think that's going to be possible for me. The ideal way would be to take the air conditioning unit off, then hammer the roofing up, or brace it up, then putting new beams to go across, hold it in place. But that's ideal. The reality is I can't do that. Or I don't want to do that. You know, I know a lot of people look at my repairs on the RV and they're like, man, Denoy's like not doing anything the correct way and blah, blah, blah. It has to do with time, guys. Time, energy, and my own capabilities and what I feel like doing. I don't want to rebuild the entire RV. I don't want to spend $20,000 fixing up a $1,200 RV. As is right now, you know, the RV total cost is going to be about $3,000, which is kind of pushing it up there. We could have bought a better RV for that, but you know, that's not how things went down. We had $800 for me to get another vehicle, and then I popped in another $400 plus another $300 of my own money, so I popped in $700 to buy the RV, tax, tag, title, and everything, and insure it and bring it. So, because that's all the funding that we had at the time. So the key to getting a really good deal, you know, like you know, an RV that's in decent shape and whatnot, or a car or a van or whatever, is to have cash handy. But in lieu of that, you buy what you can buy, and then you have to fix it along the way, and that's what we're doing. Now, some people will fix things perfectly because they want a perfect RV, but I'm looking at this RV and it's I think it's a 1995. It's 2005, 2015. It's like a 24-year-old RV, almost 25 25 years old. So it's old, you know. It's I guess some people don't think 25 is old, but for a vehicle that's old. For an RV, that's kind of pushing it. So I just plan on fixing it, like I said, good enough to live in. And some of you were saying I could, you know, do things like work camp and all that. I guess you didn't pay attention to the part where the RV doesn't run so well. Marcelo did come by, you know, to try to fix it. He changed out the throttle position sensor, because that's what the computer said was wrong with it, because it was in safety mode. You know, it refused to shift up. So I'm actually wondering if maybe he did fix it, but we didn't reset the computer. Because see, he fixed it. He put the throttle position sensor in there, but I don't know if he disconnected the battery before he did it. Because if he didn't let the system sit dead, then you replace the throttle position sensor, and the computer might still be keeping it from going into going past second gear or third gear. It's probably second gear. It looked like it was probably second, maybe third gear, but it was not letting it shift up any higher than that, and that's what was causing the problem. So what happened when Marcelo finished, I took the RV for a test drive. I drove it probably about 12 miles, 10 miles. Made a big loop. Well, maybe not that far. More like 6 or 8 miles. But I made a loop with the RV, and I couldn't get it to go past 40, 45 miles per hour, and it was redlining, like before. So Marcelo said he's going to have to get in it and drive it, but we haven't been able to get together since then. And some of you are wondering what happened to Marcelo's garage. Well, we haven't been able to get together since then. I actually have published the videos where Marcelo worked on not Little Blue, but on Good Enough. And I just need to get with Marcelo, you know, to determine when we bring it live and what other content we're going to put on there. So as far as I know, that's still a go, but it's just an issue of getting together with Marcelo. And things have just been crazy on this end and on his end as well. And that's what's going on with that. Now, with Pay It Forward, some of you are wondering what's going on with that. I made the big, huge announcements about me doing live, and then it turned out I couldn't go live. YouTube requires you to have at least 1,000 subscribers before they'll let you do live on mobile. Now, you can stream live on a computer, but you got to have Wi-Fi. Some of you are like, well, you can use Wi-Fi through your phone. Well, it turns out the data plan I'm on with Cricket, it doesn't let you do Wi-Fi. You have to pay extra. You have to pay like $10 a month more to have the ability to use your phone as a Wi-Fi device. Even though I had bought this thing called Foxfi, it was a program, I don't know if you guys remember, about 6 years ago, Foxfi. It used to work on the cell phones. What you did was you installed that app called Foxfi, and it allowed you to use your cell phone. I got that itch here. It allowed you to use your cell phone as a Wi-Fi waypoint for your computer and any other devices that were nearby that wanted to access it. Well, the cell phone companies got wise to that and started charging money for that extra feature. Not all of them, but most of them. So they want you to pay extra, like Cricket wants you to pay $10 more. And I guess what they do is they detect if you've got like that software or any software like that that lets the system work as a Wi-Fi waypoint. So it disabled me using the phone as Wi-Fi for the laptop, which is kind of bad. Now, I could try tethered mode, which is where you hook up the USB port to the cell phone, and then the other end you hook up to the computer. And then it tries to go through, it does networking through the USB port, So it networks and accesses the phone as a Wi-Fi network connection. Not so much Wi-Fi, but as a network connection. And then because the phone has Wi-Fi, it uses that. So that's one way to get around it, and I may play with that because then it would give me the capability to use my laptop. I don't even have a laptop, I have a notebook, an old notebook. It'll let me use that as a Wi-Fi capable computer remote. Then I can play World of Warcraft. Or Diablo. I can sort of play right now with the park's Wi-Fi, but the park's Wi-Fi is horrendous. It keeps cutting out and disconnecting and then going off. So it's not reliable at all, and it's like at 1 megabit. You know, it's really slow, extremely slow. It's pretty bad when I say 1 megabit is slow. But I remember the days of my Big 20 where I was at a 300 baud, using a 300 baud modem. That's like super slow. But that's what's going on with all that, and that's where we're at. So right now the videos are pretty much caught up. I do have a couple more cooking episodes and mukbang episodes that I'll be running here soon. I'm trying not to film too far ahead because when I do that, people start complaining. But one of the issues with not having videos to run is then, you know, when we're caught up and I can't film for whatever reason, like things get busy or whatever, there's no videos for you guys to watch. So to that end, I have started trying to run again the HUT 2.0 playlist. So we're up to like video number 8 or 9 right now. And by the time you watch this, maybe 10 or 11. But I'm planning on playing that playlist for you guys, so you can see how HUT 2.0 was built, for those of you who are interested in building something like this. Now, I will give you a warning. I did visit HUT 2.0, and the roofing did not hold as I figured it wouldn't. The roofing was the weakest part of the structure, which should have been the strongest part, but really to do adequate roofing, you need good materials. You need something waterproof, that's strong, that won't collapse. And of course, whenever you have a building, any kind of structure, and you're not there to monitor it, as soon as water breaches, even one little spot, the whole thing's gone. Mold and everything else comes in, so, you know, the structure is destroyed, essentially. I had originally had left it there for people to use as a, I guess a hangout, just like I did. You could, you know, have barbecues and stuff out there. You can even bring your own sleeping bag and camp out there. I guess you could still do that, but I wouldn't want to. It's nasty now. It's all wet and stuff and ruined. But I did put that video up for patrons. I also stopped by your 3.0 to see how that held up, and that held up pretty well, even though that, of course, is leaking too. I didn't bother to fix the leaks because it would take too long and more materials and time than I have. You know, time is one thing I don't have. I'm spending a lot of time trying to produce YouTube content, as well as working on trying to get my photography business going again, as well as other stuff. There's just a lot of projects going on right now. So that is the update. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to beg you guys, please, 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 if you're watching this video and you enjoy the video on this content, on this channel, take a moment to visit the link for the Pay It Forward and click the subscribe button on there for me, even if you don't intend on watching those videos, even though I think those videos are actually going to be very good videos. At least I'm hoping they are, and I plan on making good videos on there. But please click that subscribe button on that channel so that I can try to hit at least 1,000. Then I can go live on there, because that channel is a live interactive channel. It's not like a regular, not like this YouTube channel. It's actually very interactive, going to be very interactive. And without it being interactive, it's kind of just sitting there. I had thought about doing van build on there, rebuilding Little Blue. You can see I'm driving Little Blue right now, but I was going to redo Little Blue too, you know, to configure it, just show it from scratch, almost from scratch. I don't feel like ripping apart the whole thing, but showing how you would build a van like this that could support everything from full-time living in it, you know. Might even install an air conditioner in it. Just to show people how it can be done and how you could have a window AC unit inside a minivan and how you would power it and everything. But if I do it on the Pay It Forward channel, it's van content, you know. It's I would be producing content that's kind of not really related to the channel, just to get views up, and attracting van people there who aren't really interested in going there for Pay It Forward. So you see what my predicament is. What do you guys think I should do? I can produce videos and put it on there. They are currently running with no ads. That's another issue. I would be spending a lot of time, money, and effort working on a video, trying to produce the best video that I can, and it doesn't make any money at all. And that channel doesn't get as much promotion as this one from YouTube. It's like an unknown, buried channel. It's a new channel, it's unknown. So let me know what you guys think. Should I produce van content and put it on there to get the view counts and hours and subscribers up? But if people subscribe to that channel because they want to watch van stuff, they're actually on the wrong channel. You know, they should be on this channel, Living in a Van. I can try to produce more Pay It Forward stuff, but without people viewing it or subscribing, I'm producing stuff that nobody's seeing. And like I said, the channel is meant to be a live channel, not really one where I'm producing all the content. Now, what you guys can do if you're on the Pay It Forward channel, if you want to do a little bio about yourself, just to introduce yourself, tell people who you are. You might not want to give your last name or where you live and stuff, but tell people who you are and what your interest is in the Pay It Forward channel while you're there. You know, if you like helping people or if you are in need of help. And then, you know, when the channel starts rolling, we can start trying to help people who need help. If we can start helping right away. It depends on what you need help with. You know, if you need help with building out your van and you happen to be around my area, I'll help you for free. And, you know, if what you're needing isn't too expensive, I'll even toss it in there for free. You know, I'll put some money into it. Some of my earnings or basically just to pay it forward. People have given me their money, you know, and I just want to pay it forward. The hope is that eventually the Pay It Forward channel can get monetized so that it generates money. And at that point, it's making money to help the people. You know, so the Pay It Forward channel will generate revenue for me as income because, you know, I'm treating it kind of like a business, sort of. But I'm planning on taking half of the money from there, literally half, after YouTube's deduction and everything. Half of what it earns is going right back into the channel to help people. That doesn't even go towards buying equipment and stuff like that. I'll be spending my own money on that. But half of the money is going directly into helping people who need help financially. Or maybe not financially, but money might help them. You know, like maybe they need a van, or maybe they need their van built out, or I was hoping to use some of that money to potentially buy land or even houses where people can park. But, you know, all that I was going to talk about on the Pay It Forward channel. I have like fairly large plans for it, and obviously I can't do it all by myself. I'm hoping to involve the viewers of that channel, those who can help, who want to help. But it should help van dwellers in general, and those people who are in RVs, who either live in it or are traveling. You know, the group that I really heavily, on a personal basis, am promoting or pushing for help is, you know, to provide them help with, rather, are those who are in critical needs, like the ones who have been forced to live in a van or an RV, not necessarily by choice, but by circumstance. People who do things by choice, they have a luxury, you know, they have the ability to pay for things as needed and quit at any time, pretty much. People who are thrown into it by circumstance, they have to basically they're in survival mode, and it's rather stressful and can be very discouraging and disheartening because you're in this crisis situation where you don't have adequate networking. You don't have enough people that can help you. You know, you don't know. See, some people say, why don't you ask your family? Why don't you ask your friends? Well, usually if you're in that situation, either you don't have family and friends, or you have family and friends who won't help you for whatever reason. And, you know, I'm not there to judge people. I'm there to try to help if I can. Now, I do have kind of a preference on who I will help, which is basically people that I, quote, know, which would be people from the channel, from this channel, you know, or I know personally from face-to-face contact. And the reason for that is there are a lot of people who need help throughout the world. But when I walk by, when referencing the starfish stuff, I will try to pick a starfish that I recognize, you know, first. Not that I don't really care about the others, because I do care, but I'm giving preference to a starfish, a person whom I recognize and who actually tried to help me. So that's on me on a personal basis. Now, for the channel itself, the viewers will be deciding who we help, you know, so to an extent. So that's why the channel needs to be live. We're going to be having voting sessions and discussions, seeing how money should be spent, you know, how we should do things. Some people were asking if you're a partner with me. Kind of, not really though. It's like, I'm a partner with YouTube, just like this regular channel. When you start saying somebody's a partner, you're obligated to do certain things. And some people are like, well, we can be just a loose partner. Well, the problem with as soon as you say partner, some people will start suing. They take advantage of that, and then it goes wacky and stuff. So we're trying to keep things really simple. That's why I'm not even incorporating. I'm not even doing any, becoming a charity. I'm not doing any of that. I just want to set it up, just like the people who have helped me. They're not like a charity. It's just an individual. It's a private person, like Charles, Connie, Walter, Kira, Lizzie, and there's more. You know, people just donate out of their kindness of their heart, and they didn't really get a tax write-off or anything on it. They're just helping because they want to help, and that's what I'm doing with the channel. I'm basically going to divert the earnings from that channel to help, you know, because that way it kind of funds itself, sort of. But I'm not like a charity or anything. I don't want to have to answer to anyone, you know. I guess in some ways I'll sort of answer to the viewers, you know, the subscribers and stuff, because you guys will be the people that help make it possible. But don't expect me to say, well, we're partners, and then you say, well, I want to take my 1% or my 5% and I demand royalties, and I don't need that, you know. I'm having a hard enough time just trying to maintain my own affairs here, and running the Pay It Forward channel is an additional time taker. You know, it's going to take a lot of energy and time and effort and skills that I'm having to divert instead of spending it on me and my family and other stuff. But I think it's a worthwhile cause, and that's why I do it. You know, I don't have money to donate, although I'll be donating money once I do have money from that channel. But I do have the, hopefully the skill set, and hopefully can divert enough people there, enough resources. I know we might never become like super large or anything, but you can see this channel's not super large, you know, where as far as YouTube is concerned, we're kind of minuscule. We're tiny. We're not even at their 100,000 or 1 million threshold. We're a super small channel. But yet the viewers on here are keeping me alive, keeping me going. You know, they're helping me to the point where I really do feel that homelessness may be in sight, you know, the end of it. The place where I'm working right now, I'm still with the temp through them to the end of this month. They are trying to get me hired. I guess they're going to split the job up into two parts. the critical part that's classified, and then my part, which is not classified, because I suspect I'm having an extremely hard time getting a clearance. I won't be able to get a clearance based on everything that's happened to me and my credit history and everything else. My credit got shot when my divorce. Anyone who's gone through a divorce that was nasty, and sometimes even when it's not nasty, one of the first things you lose and have to try to rebuild if you can is your credit. It gets destroyed. I had like an A+ credit rating before all of this, and now I'm below average. I'm way below, quite a bit below. So it makes it hard to borrow any money to finance anything. And then my income level is low, so that counts against you credit-wise. So there's a lot of things counting against me, but the one thing that I have is you guys. I have the viewers here who have been absorbing some of that hit. I've been getting hit by society, by life, and that's what I'm trying to share with the Pay It Forward channel. I'm trying to share it to the viewers, because some of these people who are helping me, they get hit too. Because they're just as human as we are, and if you live anywhere and you're a human and you're alive, life, society, the government, whatever, the system is going to be hitting you, attacking you. So by forming like a collective, the plan is that we all kind of help absorb some of that if we can, and try to lessen the hit so that it's not so bad. Anyhow, I'm rambling on and on and on, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out for now. I do thank you for joining me, and if you made it through this whole ramble session, thank you so much. Please make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to help me out, please, I'm begging you. Actually, not if you want to, but please help me out. Go over to the Pay It Forward channel, hit the subscribe button. You don't even have to be notified if you're not interested in helping people or receiving help, and you're not interested in feeling good. So hopefully that channel helps people to feel good. So I'm trying not to put negative stuff on there. Anyhow, take care, everyone. God bless you all. Please stay safe. Bye-bye now.